Welcome back. So last class we learned about the different type of quadrilaterals. We have square, rectangle, parallelogram, rhombuses, trapezoids, and kites. In this class we're going to be proving the type of triangle quadrilateral by using mathematics. For example, let's say that you had to prove this quadrilateral using these vertices is a parallelogram. Well, we know a parallelogram that the opposite sides must be the same. So we need to know the key property. So write it down is key property. The key that we need to prove is opposite sides must have equal slopes. Okay? So if we have equal slopes, then it's a parallelogram. Also, the distances will be the same too. So we could also do this is by finding the midpoint. If I have the midpoints of all these are also going to be parallel. Okay, so these guys will be going parallel and parallel as well. So you can use these vertices, find the midpoints, and then you could calculate. So let's say that my vertices here is 4, 1. And this one's -1, -1.5. And this one right here is 4.5, -4. And this one here is -1.5, 3.5. So then what we do is determining the slope and making sure that these slopes are the same. So we can put is slope. Let's give these guys a new coordinates. This is x, y. Oh, let's do this. L, M, N, O. Is slope MN equal to slope LO? If that's true, then these two are parallel. So let's have a try with that. So slope MN is going to be, remember slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we can have the difference in our y's. We're going to have slope mn is going to be 1 minus 3.5 divided by 4 minus 1.5. And for the slope between L and O, it's going to be -4 minus 1.5 divided by 4.5 minus 1. And then we can determine the slope of those. Divided by 5.5, we're going to get -0.4545 repeated. Let's have a try with the other side. So we have -4 plus 1.5 divided by 5.5. We get -0.45 repeated. So they are the same. Now, to finish the verification, we need to determine the slope from here and here and see if they're the same. So let's write it down. Is slope ML equal to slope NO? You can do the difference in your y's, so it's going to be negative 1.5 minus 3.5 divided by the difference in your x's, minus 1 minus 1.5, and then this one, NO, is negative 4 minus 1 divided by 4.5 minus 4. So let's see, do we get the same slopes? Negative 1.5 minus 3.5 divided by 0.5. We get negative 8.5. Let's do the other one. Minus 5 divided by 0.5. I get negative 10. They're not the same, okay? So therefore, since slope ML does not equal to slope NO, it's not a parallelogram. Okay, so that's how to prove. You can do it with midpoints, find the midpoints, and then you can find the shape kind of inside. The same with a rhombus. If you were doing this, what you could do is, if I connect each of the vertices together, you're going to have a common midpoint. Do I have a common midpoint? And are the slopes 90 degrees different? Okay. If that is true, then it's a rhombus. Okay, so that's how you can prove different shapes using mathematics, using midpoint, using length, using distance formula. You could prove something that is a square by calculating each of the four sides that are, and showing that they're equal. Make sure that you're using sentences. You're showing where